Our train reactor spinning fire. The NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From your mint coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 wizardry, he'll show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures grow. Web3 wonders, chain reactors on the scene. NFT insights and crypto dreams, diving into
Okay, good morning, guys.
He's got the key.
Here we go. I think we did it right this time. Day 2 streaming over on Abstract and YouTube and X. We're kind of everywhere at this point, but I think we're good. Cats, I see you over on Abstract. Good morning, brother. Looking okay over here. We're streaming like I'm hoping we're streaming. Looking okay. Dude, thank you, man. Appreciate that, Cats. Hey, I like the show. I like you. I like the fam that we kind of built together. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Just checking again. 3 streams, 3 places to be looking at here. I think we're good. I think we're in business here. Okay. Well, guy, welcome. Jeez. Welcome. Chain Reactor Daily Show, hitting the top stories here. Yes, in crypto and NFTs and, wherever things are happening. We'll certainly be talking about them. Thursday shows are extra special because we have a special guest. And we go a little long usually, too. Dad, good morning. Good to see you. Oh, dropping the link to Abstract, by the way, over on the YouTube side. I see you over there, Cosmos and Volatility. Good morning, guys. On Thursdays, we're joined by Jared Paz, Jay Squiggle from 8nap, who just had a big drop here. Since Monday, there's 3 phases of their mint, but that was with Red Rum and his Metamorphosis drop, an incredible drop. And I think it did pretty well considering what the market looks like right now, especially in NFTs, right? On the NFT side, it's a little rough at the moment. But that said, I think it did really well. And I'm still expecting a really, really spicy art meta to come. I really am. And so, as a collector, I think the collection's great as something to maybe hold and see how it performs here in this upcoming market. I think it might be an interesting play there too. So I'm definitely keeping my eyes on that one. Cosmos, over on Abstract now. I see you, brother. Good to see you. All right, guys, smash the like here. Of course, make sure you subscribe, especially right now while you can't follow or subscribe on Abstract yet. I don't believe. But you can. Did we go offline on Abstract? Anyway, you can subscribe over on YouTube. You can make sure to follow over on X. Looks to me like the stream's dead. Hang on. Yeah, dude, I think we lost the stream. All right. If we did, give me a heads up here. And I'll get that fixed somehow, some way. Dude, I think there's a lot of people streaming. And I think their service is kind of getting hammered. At least that's what I've seen. And we'll actually touch on Abstract streaming here. GG's to that Abstract crew, man. I think they're cooking. I think the demand's actually there. If people are telling you that it's not there, right, based on NFT sales and the market and whatever, I would not be listening to that quite yet. All right, I'm going to the Abstract site real quick. I just want to see if the stream's actually up because it looks like it's not for me. Let's see. Let's see if we can put... Okay, maybe we are up. Maybe we're up. We're going to see if we can push this back to... Where were we yesterday? Number 2? Maybe we'll get back there. There's more streamers. There's great streamers. So we'll see. Okay, it did go offline. Okay, Dad, I see you saying it's back. It did go offline, though, right? I just think their services are getting hammered. It's doing well. But yeah, again, because of that, make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. Also on X, CryptoSlam.io is where you're going to find us. And give the bull a follow. Look, I think I hinted at it pretty directly yesterday, and I probably shouldn't, saying that we have announcements coming really soon, which we do. I actually thought it would be yesterday, and I'm glad I didn't say it officially because, clearly, it ain't there yet. I can tell you, though, as you should probably expect with any good team, great. I think we're a great team. There's always good reasons for those kind of delays. I can tell you in this case, there's some shaking hands going on, some talking to the right people, and doing the right things that can maybe make a difference in success or not, especially in this kind of market. So stay tuned. Announcements coming. Really cool stuff that I am sure you guys are going to like. And maybe it's today. Maybe it's still this week. I don't know. It's coming very, very soon, and definitely worth the wait. So in the meantime, follow the Bull AI agent powered by Crypto Slam Data, giving out his tokens, by the way. So tweet at him, get some tokens there too. And by the way, maybe a special guest too on top of J Squiggle. Henry might be popping in here. Might be towards the second half of the show, but we might have the great Henry the Grape coming in here too. So it would be really cool. And then finally, guys, you can also follow the Slam ecosystem at SlamAI_XYZ. And there we go. Hoods, I see you, bro. Nice to see you over on the abstract side. Again, I think you were in there yesterday too. Cool stuff, dudes. Let's get into it. Look, maybe it wasn't the biggest story yesterday, but it was certainly the biggest thing impacting markets and keeping us on pause, I think, for a minute. It was the FOMC yesterday. It was us trying to get a read on what way this market's going. How's the Fed thinking about this market? Are we getting rate cuts? Are they going to leave it alone? And actually, I saw some people speculating, are they maybe going to hike those interest rates? And what was interesting there is somebody even placed a bet on Polymarket, betting that they would increase those rates. And this guy bet, I believe, around $5,000. And if they did increase those rates, that man was going to make what, $1 million, $1.5 million? And those prediction markets, I think, are always interesting now. It's an interesting place to get a sense for news, as is Pump Fun these days too. So it's cool how crypto is kind of changing the way we ingest news and where we get our breaking news from. Really, really interesting stuff. But keep an eye on that. Anyway, markets looking pretty nice this morning, to be totally honest, and that is because of the FOMC. Look, no rate cuts, no rate hikes, a pause on the interest rate movements here, and that is what most people are expecting here. And the market, again, did actually like it. Now, I think what they liked more than getting that direction, again, no direction is some direction for us, but it was Jerome Powell's comments here later in the day yesterday, and actually some comments about crypto. As journalists are asking questions, he's answering them live, and he actually talked about crypto in a way that got people really, really excited. Really excited. I'm going to play this clip here because I didn't hear it till this morning. It's about a minute long. But I hear that, and I also get excited about crypto. I also, guys, I'll say this again. I probably say it every show now. It is different this time. It is different. It is tangibly different. And I think the 4-year cycles might be a thing of the past here. We're going to keep touching on that throughout the show today because we have a bunch of examples that show us why it's so different this time. Well, let's check out this clip here. In the meantime, while you're watching this, guys, smash a like on the show, share this bad boy out.
And if you look at the achievement of our goal variables, we're seeing the economy move toward 2% inflation and has moved largely to maximum employment. So we literally look at the movement toward the goal variables to make that assessment. Now, policy is meaningfully less restrictive than it was before we began to cut. It's 100 basis points less restrictive, and for that reason, we're going to be focusing on seeing real progress on inflation, or alternatively some weakness in the labor market before we consider making adjustments.
If I could follow up, does the economy here warrant meaningfully restrictive interest rates? And would you judge interest rates to still be meaningfully restrictive if you were to lower them by another quarter point?
So I think our policy stance is
talking about crypto,
as I mentioned, to balance the achievement of our two goals. We want policy to be restrictive enough to. Okay. That's kind of what we've been now for the last couple of inflation readings. But
how about this one? Let's try this one out.
Banks are perfectly able to serve crypto customers as long as they understand and can manage the risks, and it's safe and soundness. A good number of our banks that we regulate and supervise do that. The threshold has been a little higher for banks engaging in crypto activities, and that's because they're so new, and we don't want to make the mistake. If you're making a choice to conduct that activity inside a bank, which is inside the federal safety net with deposit insurance, then you want to be pretty sure that it's a safe and sound activity. So, we're not against innovation, and we certainly don't want to take actions that would cause banks to terminate customers who are perfectly legal just because of excess risk aversion, maybe related to regulation and supervision. So,
Bro, how does the market get excited about that? That was so boring. But also, I get it. Him basically saying banks are welcome to engage in crypto, right? Like that. That's what got people. That's what got people excited. Truthfully, Joff, good morning, man. That's what got people excited. It was, people are excited the fact that we didn't get bearish news, and I think that's all the market's waiting for. Enough people are reading what's going on out there and seeing how optimistic things are, how bullish things are. Thank you, Joff. Dude, appreciate that. The tips here are wild. I'm definitely going to cover tips because the number, people are checking out what Dune dashboards. It's looking spicy out there, dude. It's looking really, really interesting. I question the numbers to a degree, but maybe not. Maybe not. It's pretty interesting. E-Rock, are we in the bull yet? By the way, Cutie, good to see you. Stitch, good to see you. Dude, we're definitely in the bull. I'm just saying again, it's different this time, and the bull is going to feel different. And I'm wondering if maybe like the real spicy part of this run maybe isn't until next year, like beyond the 4-year cycle. Really, really possible here. Really possible. And I'm seeing other people that I probably would take their word for things, trust them a little more. I'm seeing those kind of people say it. We'll touch on that. But here you see Bitcoin was actually over 105K. So the market did like what came out of the FOMC. If you're not feeling it in the market yet, your bags, your meme coins, you're in it, give it time. Give it time. And I do not think that's far off, guys. I really, a matter of a week or two. Really. I mean, February's historically cook. Yes, if I'm saying it's different, maybe it's going to be different this time. Maybe. I'm kind of leaning no, though, when it comes to some of these trends you just can't avoid. Having trends. And then really at the macro level, those bull cycle trends. We're following it still right now pretty perfectly. You see ETH there, almost 3,300. Ripple still hanging on over $3. Solana, 240. It's looking really, really decent out there in the crypto world. On the ETF side, a little better than we've seen just recently, but I mean, this is still pretty atypical. Just 92 million inflows yesterday. That's the Bitcoin ETFs. Is that the BlackRock IBIT ETFs there? Yeah. Very rare to see that with outflows, but we did see exactly that yesterday. Almost 29 mil and outflows there. And then on the Ethereum side, 4.7 mil in outflows. And I thought we would get an adjustment here on Tuesday. I thought we'd see these numbers. It did not make sense to me that we had no volume. Maybe that's actually true. But there's no update there. We've got nothing. No inflows, outflows on those ETH ETFs just 2 days ago. Interesting stuff. Maybe. We do have another filing for a Litecoin ETF. Guys, definitely expect those ETFs to escalate. All kinds of ETFs. We're talking meme coin ETFs like Doge, but then those altcoins, Ripple, Litecoin. We're still waiting for those Solana ETFs to get approved. They will happen this year. Oh no, look at that. The Litecoin account was compromised. Really? By the way, I do now use Pocket Guardian, which it's been way too long since it is well overdue. I'll say that. All right, now why things are different. Again, you guys know this stuff, but we just keep seeing more and more and more escalations on the front of Bitcoin strategic reserves, and this is happening really at the state level right now. Soon it'll be at the national level, but here you see Texas Bitcoin Reserve. A plan revealed for exactly that. Look, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And seeing the same here in my state of Illinois. I'm a little surprised by that, but also, I mean, at this point, I think is actually a great sign. Maybe this is becoming a bipartisan issue here, crypto. And really, I think that's exactly what's happening here. But yeah, state rep here in Illinois introducing a bill here. It's not to say it wasn't a Republican that filed that, but bullish, guys. And again, at the national level, I think this conversation is going to actually escalate quickly. We had a comment from the AI crypto czar too about the Bitcoin strategic reserve and saying basically Trump has instructed them to study it, research it, learn about it, because I do think it's time for them soon to get in that full court press and really push on this thing, get this thing done, because other countries are looking to do the exact same thing here. So here's Senator Cynthia Loomis saying one of the first orders of business is holding public hearings on that strategic Bitcoin reserve. That is partially to win over the public. Partially to win over the public. They want the public to put pressure on people. Right? And I think to some degree, we probably should be doing that, guys. Deank, good to see you, man. I see you over on YouTube. Deank, have you made it over to Abstract yet? Also, Mike Bennett, good morning. Cutie, I think I said GMs, if not GM. I'm going to keep dropping. I want people over in Abstract, by the way. I'm going to keep dropping the link. Join if you want. But I'm going to do my part and onboard people here. I do think this ecosystem's going to cook. I really do. I really do. Anyway, great to see this. I think we're going to start seeing this in motion, I think, very soon, guys. But it's part of why, it takes time. It's part of why people think that maybe we don't really see, the heat of this run, the peak of it, maybe till next year. It's a real possibility, guys. In the meantime, I think all we're doing is waking people up to what's really happening over here in crypto on chain. It's a magic thing, guys. You guys know. Mobile wallets. Now, this is going, this is last year. Actually, it's still even now. But crypto mobile wallets hitting an all-time high. 36 million users. Huge numbers, man. Everybody's coming. It's a matter of time till literally everybody's here. But big old number. It's just growing here. And in a way, guys, it's kind of the calm before the storm. In a way, it really is here. Now, here's Bitwise's CIO. This is where I start really questioning next year. I do. Saying that he's expecting volatility, but wouldn't bet against crypto next year. I don't hear many people talking like that, and I like it. I like it because it actually is one of those things. I hear it, and I'm like, it kind of matches what I'm feeling. If we're in what's typically the hottest part of the year right now, and we're not really feeling it yet, although I'll say this, the hottest part is usually coming up. It's the next couple months here. But this matches what I'm feeling. I think getting that strategic Bitcoin reserve is still going to take some time. Getting the buy-in at that more institutional level is still going to take some time. The Yank, you're back home, bro. Good. Nice. Welcome back, man. And so maybe this all really comes to a head next year. It wouldn't shock me one bit. And again, maybe the 4-year cycle is over. And I think what we're seeing in meme coins, and spoiler, there's a new term out there. What is it called? The internet. Hang on. I'm going to cheat here. I got to cheat and just look it up. Boomer brain here. Internet capital markets. You guys starting to hear that term out there? Internet capital markets. It's a term. It's kind of a meme right now, but also at the same time, it is describing something happening that when it happens means traditional cycles are over. That what's happening right here, right now is the new norm. That just means opportunities, kind of always. And there will be cycles in that too. Make no mistake. There will be cycles in that too. Now, dude, that NFT cycle I am waiting for. I am waiting for this to actually be different. Actually, no. I'm waiting for NFTs to be normal, not different. Because normal in NFTs is cooking right now. End of January is usually a cook. Not even usually, guys, always, historically. Since NFTs became such a staple in crypto starting in 2021, Januaries are without fail a cook. And this year, not so much. In fact, I'm tempted to go back and compare what we're seeing this year. Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to compare. Give me a second. I want to go through the days numbers, but I want to compare this to previous years. And I have a feeling this might be one of our lower Januaries, maybe the lowest. Other than 21, which was basically a year of mass onboarding. But you see yesterday, 17.3 mil cross-chain sales, sellers down, buyers down, transactions down, actually up. Average sale price way down. Way down, and trade profits still well under the negative here. And it's what you're expecting. It's Pudgy Penguins being sold at a loss. It's Azuki's being sold at a loss. It's a tricky market right now. Now I'll check monthly just to get a sense of what our volume is looking like compared to previous years. It's actually a decent number. 656 million in sales in January. What, 1 day to go? Yeah. All of tomorrow to go, but we're not going to add a ton on there. Another, 20-ish mil. What was last January? Yeah, I mean, we're like almost half off last January. And that was a bear market, guys. That's actually pretty shocking. That's actually pretty freaking shocking. 2 times more sales volume last year. 2023. Okay. Not quite half. I mean, let's say about 60, 70%. And then 2022, it's a whole different thing. I mean, look at that. 10 times higher sales in 2022. And 2021, it's hard to compare them. We just had so few people in at that point. I mean, look, the unique buyers, sellers back then, for the month is what we get in a day now. It was a different time. But I would say this is the worst performing January we've seen for this very modern crypto market. It's very surprising. And yet I think this NFT market doesn't peak till a year from now. And that would fit with what the Bitwise CIO is kind of saying. But he is talking crypto, not NFTs. All right, looking at who's moving the markets here. Pudgy Penguins are on top, followed by Azuki, D-Market, Courtyard, Guild Guardian Heroes, Lil Pudgies, CryptoPunks, skip those BRC20s again, Milady Maker, Bored Ape Yacht Club, and we'll push Azuki Elementals into the top 10 here. Again, decent, nothing surprising here. Your 2 biggest collections are the 2 that dropped tokens the most recent, and these 2 are really starting to accumulate losses. Losses in let's say, trade profits. So there we go. Hey, DeYank, that's cool news, man. 3 months is an awesome streak, dude. Good job. Very freaking nice, man. That ain't easy, bro. I'm shocked by the January numbers. Got to be honest. We'll see if we can turn that around, huh? All right, here's a big happening in NFTs. And guys, I think you do not want to miss this. Hang on, I'm going to drop my link here in... I'm going to drop a link in over on the YouTube side for over on Abstract. Again, I'm streaming on Abstract. New blockchain from the Pudgy Penguins founder, Luca Netz. Awesome, bro. Awesome, dude. Hop in over there. Look, I still think NFTs are going to cook this cycle, and I think a majority of that, for a while at least, will happen on Abstract. We'll peek at floor prices. We'll look at some of that NFT action. And spoiler there, I mean, it's not living up to some people's expectations. I didn't have huge expectations yet. No, that's not entirely true. I want to just be honest. I thought something like Astra World would cook. It did not. But I do think the cook's coming. Still do. All right, here is a big drop coming. I mean it, guys. You don't want to miss this. Look, it's not going to be cheap if it even makes it to public sale. Not going to be cheap. I'm talking probably an ETH. But it's definitely something you don't want to miss. So I'm talking about Sam Sprat's, a new mint, part of his Monument game. Right? I hope you guys remember the Monument game NFT. Piece of artwork. Incredible piece of art. Sold on Nifty Gateway like a year and a half ago. Sold for let's say $750,000 in a bear market, by the way. Crazy sale. Incredible piece, by the way. And so he's got the Skololusi NFTs. I believe there's 50 of those. And he expanded that circle out. It's a small circle. It was basically invite only. He expanded that out to players. Those were, I think, gifted by Skololusi holders, and then some were sold to the public. And now they're expanding that circle out even further. So TLDR, Skololusi holders or players are now going to get this Mask of Lucy. And I believe they all get one to give away too. So basically invite somebody in, bring them into that next circle, participate in this next round, which is probably a new piece of art. And man, anything that is not claimed by these guys, I think those go to a public sale. Again, I don't think we want to miss these. So there's the art. They're really cool looking too. And they cook, by the way. Again, those player NFTs. Actually, here's a breakdown here. So the Skull Lucy 51 ones, the next edition's the Players 256 edition. And then these masks, 613 editions there. There's the masks. And let's see if this page loaded. I tried to get to Nifty Gateway and pull up like the... Yeah, here we go. Basically how people claim their... Maybe they're not in yet, or I got to sign in, but how people are going to claim their masks. Actually, this doesn't matter too much because I don't think any of us have any. But the point here is if these are cool, dude. If they're actually like animated, these are cool. If you get the opportunity to get one of these, I'm just saying, I think you should definitely find a way. So those player NFTs, I think they sold for about an ETH. No, maybe they were like 2 or 3, but they ended up going for selling on secondary for much more. I'm talking like 5 or 6 ETH. And these will do similar. These will do similar as in if they sell for an ETH, they're going to get up to a couple ETH, maybe 2, 3 ETH, something like that. They will. They will. You don't fade Sam Sprat and that art cabal, which it is. These guys got a lot of money, man, and they throw it at great art, and that's exactly what that is. We did not look at top sales, so we're going to do that right now. I'm going to refresh that. Yo, good morning. Again, the freaking wallet names. It's a young platform over on Abstract. They'll get this all tightened up. Over on YouTube, though, I see you, Jazz. Good to see you, man. E-Rock, yeah, Abstract does need more volume. It's a good point. It'll come if we get some decent mints over there. And we haven't seen yet. It's like there's been some okay stuff, right? But we've seen no established brands come over. And don't forget, all those projects that got roles in Discord, like the Elite Chad role, and it's like the who's who of NFTs. Somehow, some way, I think we see all of them over there with some kind of presence. Some kind of presence. Yeah, I don't think they're going to have trouble getting that volume. It's just going to take the right time in the market and the right people to come in. And don't forget, the Pudgy Penguins at any point can drop, another tier of NFTs over on Abstract. I know Luca doesn't want to drop anything. He said he won't. They're not looking to extract, and I love that about the dude. But they could. At any point, they totally could. And so, yeah, man, no doubt about what's going to happen on Abstract. Cryptflow, that's a great point, though. The copycats, apes, punks. It's like the derivatives are fun, but, man, at this point, we've got how many chains with how many derivatives? It doesn't move the needle anymore. It doesn't. Now, the mania, right? When things are manic, it's fun. It's something for people to speculate on. But in a market like this, that's not going to do it. You need something big. You need a big name. You need a big splashy something. So, yeah, I agree. Cats, what about Shaw with Naval? Just that there hasn't been building on it? I do think Shaw was involved still, by the way. Cat's over on Abstract talking about a AI project we're both enjoyers of. I do think Shaw was part of launching it, but he probably isn't that, YG dude, the second dev? Or if he is, he's not a dev who just, actively works on Naval. But still, Board is hiring devs. I gotta check in that project, see what they're up to. Anyway, all right, back on track. Punk 8619 is your top sale in the past 24 hours. 62.5 ETH, almost $200,000. So, I mean, look, there's some nice NFTs still moving. Oh, no kidding. Hang on. Shaw and Board had some beef. Where was that public? I saw some beef 2 weeks ago, and I don't think it ended up being true. If this is very recent, then that's kind of interesting. All right, dude. All right, now I want to go peek in TG. I'm sure people are talking about it, but damn. It's interesting, too, because AI16Z are pretty big holders of Naval. That's crazy. I'm pretty surprised. Did he really? Really? Shaw sold all their tokens, huh? Oh, dude, that's wild. Okay, this I'll have to dive in after, but wow. Okay, yeah, I'll dive into this later, and I'll definitely cover it here because yeah, I'll cover this because I've talked about Naval a lot on the show, and I know people have bought into that because I'm in it and I talk about it. So, yeah, Shaw sold the Naval allocation that was sent to the AI16Z DAO. It's a bitch move for those who aren't aware. A lot of chaos within AI16Z at the moment. Looks like they're desperate for liquidity, that they need a Binance spot listing. Yeah, pretty sure this was a generous donation made in good faith at the time, but clearly Shaw and company have bitten off a lot more than they can chew. Interesting. This is just a comment from Telegram, by the way, but yikes. Dude, Shaw's a nut. I'll say this. I usually say I still like the guy. I'm finding it harder and harder to like that guy. And I will say, Shaw has always given me like SBF vibes, like a lunatic. You know what I mean? Like crazy, and crazy's good. Crazy means it can kill you. Crazy also means it can bring you to heights that like a normal dude just maybe can't do. It does take crazy. So yeah. I'll do a little more exploring into that and cover that later. That's not great. That said, controversy. Controversy is kind of great sometimes just for everything. Interesting. Sean might get it. Sean might. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's spicy. All right, I'll dig into that after. I'm not going to waste time right now on that. Anyway, Monument Game, that ecosystem, the player stuff, the mask. If you get the chance to get in, I would not miss that. All right, on to PENGU. In PUDGYs, in abstract, like cool stuff here. PENGU listed on Kraken. I feel like this is actually a couple days old. It is. Listed there, I actually thought it would have been already, but this was some of the coolest news I think we saw yesterday, which is a partnership between Pudgy Penguins and PEZ. Look, I think it's easy to look at something like that and be like, PEZ, whatever. Dude, it's a bigger deal than just that. Hey, thank you very much, Edge. You cool ass bastard. Thank you, man. Like, that's a bigger deal than not, right? Like, I've collected PEZ before. I have. Like, not like a crazy freaking maniac, but I had a phase of collecting Star Wars everything. And I collected like Star Wars PEZ. And I think I have some like old like Nintendo PEZ, like maybe like Mario, Yoshi, that stuff. Maybe even in a box somewhere. Dude, PEZ are awesome, right? That's a big deal. Like, again, they don't partner with just anybody. And it's great company to be along. Look at that. Pokemon, Disney. I mean, right. It's a great look. I am wondering, guys, let me find. Okay, I still get these like all over my desk. I got the little, Pudgy Igloo toys. I love these things. And we do know at some point, like, toys are going to be able to claim PENGU. Maybe it's the next run. Maybe it's not the, initial ones. But I start to wonder, man, is this how they onboard people to abstract? Is there going to be a little QR code you scan on your PEZ and it's like helps you set up a wallet and you get like a trait, you get a collectible on abstract chain? Does it give you like half a PENGU or something? You know what I mean? Like that's Luca's gift is marketing, and if that's the right marketing decision, I think he's going to make it. Right? That guy's different. That guy knows how to get people, and he always does it. And I feel like a not very extractory. You know what I mean? He does it in a really cool way. I think. Like kind of win-win. So that's a big partnership. I think it is. And I do think that's very abstract focused. Ultimately, we'll see, but I like the move a lot. And I expect a lot of moves like that this year. I think Luca's just getting started. He said he's just getting started. I think we're going to see a lot of that. Don't forget they have 2 games coming out this year. I think both of them look incredible. More toys coming out. I still think some kind of animation or a movie, something like that, I think is going to get formalized and announced. I think they got a lot coming. I am, dude, incredibly bullish on abstract chain. Okay, let me look at. Okay, I'm going to move faster. I'm telling you, dudes, I've been terrible at time. This show's got to be like 2 hours. Yeah, Deank, the PEZ stuff's cool, right? Six hole. By the way, I see you asking 2 best times for trading memes. Look, I always heard like 10, 11 a.m. Eastern time is like peak because like everybody's up. You get the best of, both sides of the world here. So, yeah. Yeah, so no, Cosmos, you're right. Over on YouTube, Doodles and McDonald's did 0. That's why I think this does something if there's actually something that brings people back to the chain. Like the Doodles McDonald's thing really didn't. Nowhere on the McDonald's stuff was something to bring you to Doodle Studio. Right? There was on the Doodle side links to buy stuff like McDonald's treats for your avatar, but if Luca does it the right way, which is put that QR code on those PEZ things, you know, like normies scan it, come to abstract. That's what you got to do, I think. Dad, you gotta need 1.5 hours to get anything on here. Yeah, dude, all I'm worried about that time frame wise. So I even meant streaming not for the sake of getting those views and whatnot, although that would be cool too. But I keep running out of time to cover all the topics. That's my big problem here. So okay, breaking away from topics real quick. Something's got to change still with content. I'm definitely thinking about like, this is where I stream when I'm not doing the show. And I still would do the show here, by the way. But I stream here when I'm doing research, and it's definitely more casual, and it's more Q&A, and it's more just chatting about anything. It's trading and stuff too, right? Like it's me watching tokens. So it's more like a typical stream, right? And then when I do the show, I'll probably be in the middle of streaming anyways, and it's me setting up YouTube and all that and just kicking it off, and I'm already live here, right? But I think this is like a more behind the scenes, just the hang and researching and trading, whatever, degen and stuff. And that can go on for hours. But yeah, this show here, I try to get it in an hour. There's so many stories, and I freaking talk so much now that I never make it through all the topics. That's my big problem. And the biggest problem is like 50 minutes from right now, I have a meeting every morning. And that's new. That didn't used to happen, but yeah. Anyway, things to figure out still. Lot to figure out. Okay, moving on so we can try to fit it all in. Guys, Yuga does have updates. And I like a lot of what they're doing, by the way. I mean, most of what they're doing. There is another trip to the other side metaverse. Oh, and it's a Project Dragon one. Okay, so this is that shooting game, which, by the way, Dad, I'm curious how you're liking that lately. But they're going for a world record this time. And by the way, if there's nothing new this time around in that Project Dragon, game, that's a good idea, Cosmos. Just let it sit. Yeah, I see people farming blank screens here. It's not a bad idea. But check this. If there's no changes this time around, cool, but the marketing is a little different, saying, hey, we're going for the world record for most people ever in an FPS. I like it. I like that. I like the messaging. I really do like it. So let's see. This is coming up tomorrow. Oh, dude, I'll have to stream this tomorrow night. 9 p.m. Eastern time. Project Dragon. We run around. We pew-pew at each other. And let's see. Their first time around. Again, I like the marketing here. First time around, 4,600 people. So 4,600 people in. That second time, 7,000 people. It is really impressive. I have at times been a hardcore gamer. 7,000 people in an instant is really cool. So if they get this rocking here Friday and they actually get that kind of record going, dude, nice. You know what I mean? I think that's cool. Hey, appreciate that. What is it? Art FX? Yeah, dude, appreciate that. Thank you, man. Good morning. Good to see you. I don't think I've seen you on the stream before, right? I don't think. Dude, we're definitely getting some new names here on the abstract side. Again, we've done this show for, I don't know, a year. I've streamed 1.5 years every day, 7 days a week. But, dude, new people, new names, new faces over on the abstract side. I love it. Anyway, tomorrow I should be streaming this. I should be streaming that, and we should be playing it, guys. We'll go for that Guinness Book of World Record. Record again at 7,000 now. 7,000 players in that single session. It is impressive. It is a technical feat. It is. And by the way, they're still showing off more of the 3D land. All right, the other deed plots, whatever, rendered in 3D. It looks good. It looks good. We'll see them in action here, I think, soon enough. June, it goes live. That persistent metaverse live. It's going to be cool. I'm here for it. All right, still attached here to Yuga Labs in a roundabout way, but Faraway, who now owns the Legends of the Mara and Heavy Metal and Dookie Dash, and am I missing one of those many games they had? But Faraway owns those now, and Faraway dropped a token yesterday. Token's called Rift. I like it. I like it. I want everybody to have a token, and so here we go. Faraway now with their Rift token. Problem is people are pissed. As you know what, you do anything in this space, people are going to be pissed. You literally can't make every single person happy, and it's just about how many people did you piss off and how loud are they? How loud are they? Fog, I don't want a holiday, man. I like the grind. In fact, if I throttle back, it makes me want to throttle back more. I don't like that feeling. So, no, every day. By the way, there will be, no, I'll share these details later. But a couple days coming up soon that the show's going to be at a really weird time, literally because I will not be around during the day, and I have to do this every day. There cannot take a day off. So the show might be at like 1 in the morning or 2 in the morning. Just watch the repeat or whatever, the replay. So just a heads up, I think like next week there might be a day or two of that. Oh, dude, shit, by the way, I meant to mention, this is, for me, this is pretty cool. I had Nate Geraci up on the screen earlier, right? Where is he? Where's his mug? Where's Nate? There he goes. Nate Geraci. Nate does an awesome podcast called Crypto Prime. And you guys probably see him on the timeline, right? He talks about ETFs. He's the ETF guy. I'll be on next week. I don't know if it comes out next week. We're taping it next week. But on his Crypto Prime podcast, we're talking meme coins. We're talking NFTs. He's told me he's getting a lot of requests from his audience to cover that stuff. So I'll be on there. We'll be shooting that next week. Pretty freaking honored to be asked to join that. So looking forward to it. And shout out to ETF God Nate. Awesome dude. Awesome dude. And we'll get him back on this show too. Because it's been a minute. But we'll get him back for his third time here. Anyway, Yuga holders, let's say Bored Ape holders, not happy because a lot of them did miss out on this Rift token. This sounds like you had to create, not like you had to make a whole other wallet or link a different wallet when people already did have a Solana wallet linked to their accounts. But there's some kind of like native wallet they needed to grab and link, something like that. So you see these people very vocally pissed they didn't get this drop. Pissed. I don't know. There's a point where people just got to be, responsible to keep on top of info themselves. But man, there's definitely a line there somewhere. Dude, yeah, Hoods, do it on Abstract. You can stream that. Like, making music on Abstract, do that there. Yeah, you guys all make good points. Like, YouTube, definitely great for... Dude, it's a different audience across every platform. It is. It really is. The audience on X is not the same as on YouTube. It's just not. Okay, anyway. Back in. Rift. So many missed it. Whatever. Jonah, who's, kind of, well, he's at the very least consulting with Faraway. He's telling people, look, we did give you instructions, and if you didn't follow them, that's on you. And fair enough, they checked the box, and they definitely did that. And that said, did they do enough of it? I think there was one tweet and like maybe one Discord message somewhere. It wasn't a lot, supposedly, and I'm not speaking on that as somebody who paid any attention to this. But I'm just checking the feed out here. I'm just checking others. Right? We had this one tweet, and I did see somebody reference a Discord post. Man, I don't know if it was enough. And at the same time, it's also like there's no perfect way to do this stuff. Yeah, I mean, maybe Jonah's reply there kind of says it all, though. You open the claim, let people go through the steps. That's if you actually want holders and new wallets set up. Just saying like, hey, we tweeted it. It's kind of on you. I don't know. Again, there's no perfect way to do this stuff, but I do see actually Dead again, because you're in that ecosystem. What are your thoughts on that? I don't know. People not super happy about that. But yeah, it is what it is. Tokens out there. Actually, token cooked. I think this thing got to something like a 150, 200 mil market cap for Rift. Spicy. There's actually a lot of meme coins that we're cooking here, so we'll get to those too. I hope. Also, MoonPay, supposedly a big announcement coming today. Look, Machi is saying Ape Sweep incoming. Maybe it's a Yuga Labs something. I don't think it is. But I'm watching. I'm definitely watching this. Let's see if these guys can cook for this cycle. So far, they have been. Something like Moonshot, right? Like, these guys doing a lot of the right stuff, so I dig it. All right, finally on to Abstract. And the biggest news in Abstract, it's this. It's actually this. It's streaming. Okay, Dead, I hope you got your tokens. You got 30,000. Nice. It's a free little stimmy there. Streamers are eating over here, which is great to hear. Okay. At first, I questioned the numbers. It's that like this. It's a new platform, and they're saying $2.6 million worth of tips in the streams. Wow, like it's a crazy number. I questioned some of it, and I'll show you why. But that's pretty cool to see. 40 people crossing the 5-figure mark. It's a big number. And then the top one, close to 100K. Now, that's the one I'm going to question a bit. But Finn giving us some more stats here. 1,000+ streams on Abstract. Over 6,000 hours streamed. Nearly 100,000 views. It's pretty good to start. It's pretty damn good to start. And then here we got a breakdown of some of those, the tipping action, right? And there is some questionable stuff here. A little bit. Let's check that out. Here's your top 4 tip earners. Okay. Trading Joker with almost 1,100 tips. Doug Hype, who seems to always be on stream, and I've definitely checked his out. 876 tips. You see it there. Actually, it might be hard to see, but you kind of see it here. Most earned, look, this is the one that's crazy. This top guy, the top earned, 143 tips for $86,000, one donor. It feels like wash, right? Dead, dude, yeah, that's okay. So Dead over on Abstract said it's deleting his comments over here. Yeah, dude, there's rate limiting over here. They're just get whatever service they're using, they're getting hammered. Speaking of that Jonah dude, where was he? Jonah's actually got some kind of service he's pitching to Abstract to help him with the streaming stuff. So, you know, maybe help incoming here. But yeah, I question, I think everybody would question this. One donor, 143 tips. That I think somebody's washing money through tips. The second one, probably the same thing. 4 tips, one donor. 2 tips, one donor. Right, these are super, I mean, that's got to be washed, right? Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. So again, the numbers here, I wouldn't trust them yet. Probably much at all, but it is exciting. Cats, I think from my end, on my end at least, I think it showed your tip. I think. Like right at the beginning, right? Maybe it didn't. I'm scrolling up. Maybe it didn't. But if not, dude, thank you. Maybe I caught it. But yeah, thank you. Either way, I'll say it a few times. So the streaming thing going well, while the NFT part was really not, man. The NFT part's not going so great. It's fine. It's fine. Hey, Henry's going to join. All right, cool shit. All right, buckle up, guys. All right, give me a second. I'm going to get Henry's ass up here. That's a nice surprise for the morning. Ooh. All right, should be just a minute here. That's cool. That's what I need to get me going this morning. Afternoon show should be today. I don't know if it'll be on Abstract. We'll see. I got to chat with the boys, but well, before Henry gets here, hey, look at the Abstract NFT ecosystem. Not great. It's also whatever, man. For right now, whatever. Astra Universe minted yesterday. Look, they got to like 0.02, I think, at the tippity top. Right now, not looking so hot. Dude, I think these made to public. I think they made it to public, and I think some dude minted over 1,000 of them, which is nuts. Henry, I'm gonna join you up. Boom. Hey, good morning, man.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you? Welcome to Abstract, by the way.
Congrats on Abstract, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah,
cool.
It's pretty awesome. I see you're looking at abstract NFTs. I minted Abstra yesterday. Yeah.
How you feeling about it, man?
I feel overall bearish on most of these, actually. Yeah.
Fair.
Not holding back, right? Not holding back.
I mean, no.
Are we supposed to be? Are we supposed to be courteous guests to the to the ecosystem?
No.
Okay, cool.
We keep it real.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Just you know what? I first off, like, I don't love for myself. Like, I don't love the interaction with abstract. I don't think it's like, but I get it. I waver because I'm like, I realize what they're trying to do, even if I don't understand what's under the hood completely. I know what they're trying to do, and I don't think they're catering to us from the standpoint of like, yeah, we know we need the degens in it right now, but we've got a bigger picture to bring people in who don't care about minting from a contract, who don't care about sniping, who don't, like, these are people who are going to use things and they need easy ways to be able to use them. And then, like, yes, eventually if they want to sell these things, we're going to make it easy for them. So I get it from that perspective. And for that reason, I'm like, okay, I'll give it a chance. I'm not going to FUD it. It could be very different. And I could eat my words 2 years from now. And it's like, oh yeah, they did do it. Like that was how it needed to be done. But I feel like you lose your edge a little bit when you don't have just like the full degen mode, if that makes sense. I don't know if other people are feeling the same way.
I would bet you most do. Just a guess. I would bet you most do. Funny enough, I think it's the degen stuff that's doing the best so far, like Moonshot. And do they have, what is it, Sling? Is Sling on here? I think it's the fungible tokens that are quietly doing kind of decent. And okay. I think they got to get more people in. Like, and I think they're going to do it. Maybe I wonder if they're throttling back a little, or maybe not throttling back, but they're not stepping on the gas yet till they know the platform is ready, like really ready for it, man. Like really ready for it. Because like right now, like even the streaming side, it's handling the load, but I think to some degree it's not. Like people say in the chat, they'll write comments and then they get deleted. And I think there's some issues with the streams too. Like the stream got knocked offline briefly and came back up, right? But I think like, it's so new. I think they're working out kinks. Yeah, so I wonder if they're not, pushing, because then if people all come and it's all busted, it's like, oh, fuck this, I'm out. So, but I don't know. And you know what? Because I don't know, and because I still believe there's a cook over here, I like Abstra, I don't think I'm going to sell it yet. I think I'm just going to wait and I ride it to zero because it costs zero. Or hopefully hold it till it does something kind of cool. So there's a chance. I think a chance. But look, I don't have any big mints circled. I don't know what's coming. I don't think there's anything announced. So I don't know what's coming.
Sapiens, right? Aren't those supposed to have a lot of hype?
Oh shoot, dude! I don't think I even knew about those.
Yeah, is it Canna Sapiens? Like CANNA Sapiens? I don't know when it's coming, but that had a bit of hype behind it.
Damn.
But right now, like whatever had hype, how that applies to like today, no idea.
Right.
No idea.
Well, I don't know. I guess we'll keep an eye on that. Abstract Rocks, funny enough, is like I don't want to say the hypiest thing. It's the thing that's probably getting the most attention because it's like the scammiest, maybe. I don't think it's a scam, by the way, but like Abstract Rocks went from being like people calling it a scam to then like buying it up on secondary and now back to scammy shit. And then them like, you know what? It caught my attention, them tweeting out stuff like sweeping today. Like, you know what I mean? We're all the way back to like 3-year-old tactics of sweeping the floor of a 500 edition.
Crime is legal, dude.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Is there volume on Abstract right now, or is it mostly people are kind of like dipping their toes in and they're like, yeah, let me see what this is about. And since there's not, a ton of hypey stuff happening right now, I'll wait till there's hype before I like jump in. Like, I'm just kind of curious what it's looking like.
There can't be much, but like, okay, Abstra Universe, for example, 52 ETH in volume isn't terrible. And I'm also assuming a lot of that's wash because I'm looking at that number on Magic Eden. So like, and wash sales are factored in. Then the next collection down 16 ETH in volume, and then 9, and then 8, right? It's not a ton of volume. Wait, you're good at math in your head. What's, so 52 ETH is like 150K, 175K?
Yeah, like 150, 160, yep.
So like maybe 200K in volume in total, and that's counting wash sales.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think of that.
When will you guys start aggregating data on here?
I think ASAP. Like right now, it's like all hands on deck for bull related things and
Yeah.
Explorer and all that. And I don't know. I assume at the same time that's going on too. And I don't think it'll be hard, but it's like every resource is going towards. I assume right now the bull. So it could be today or tomorrow. It's like, I think it's that soon. Like we've got this as a well-oiled machine, especially EVM chains. It's they're really easy to basically onboard. So it would not take a lot, I don't think, to get it. But QA and stuff like that, just making sure it's like locked in. That maybe it's just waiting until we can dedicate time for that. Won't be done. It won't be long. Dead saying I'm done with abstract. If these don't make it, yeah. I mean, I'm sitting back watching, waiting. I just never fade Luca. I'm definitely that guy now. If it's not great at the start, I think it gets there. And to me that PEZ partnership kind of is like one of those things. I think there's more of that coming, and that those add up. And I think they get the normies on here.
I don't think they do. Yeah, I don't think they do. But I'm happy to be wrong. Like, me, I used to not be a big fan of pudgies. In fact, you might even say I could have been the #1 hater of pudgies. So I'm not there anymore. I'm a new guy. I respect what they've done. I respect Luca's grind. Coming from Kongs, where like I know how hard it is to like make anything happen. Like to have the success they've had, amazing. I just, for whatever reason, I haven't. And I'm not a huge fan of everybody having an L2 or like, what Azuki did, an L3 off Arbitrum. I just think they're completely unnecessary. I get it as a revenue model. I guess I understand it from that perspective. I don't know that PEZ partnerships bring in people. Like somebody buys a PEZ candy dispenser and they're like, cool, I like it. It looks cool. Does that mean that person is then going to go ape into crypto? And by the way, if it's consumer crypto and they don't know it's crypto, are they going to go play a game where they can get rewards from it? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. And then will they hate it when they realize like, oh yeah, once you get into the degen side, it's hard to make money. Like you got to really, really like be on your game. It's not just like, oh my gosh, I got a toy, I got this, and then I got money. You got to be on your game. But hey, at least they're trying. Can't say how it ends, but at least they're trying.
Yep, I like it. I like all it takes. So, by the way, the second hour of the show on Thursdays, I have Jared from 8nap on the show. You're welcome to hang and chat.
No,
Jared,
I'm gonna
totally
go.
Can and should.
Oh yeah, you know what? My family's leaving, so I've got to help them like leave. And I got some work I've got to do, personal and Kong. So I just wanted to make sure I got to like come on and say hello. And if I can rejoin, I will. I got the link. So if I can rejoin, I totally will.
Well, we're here for another like 30-ish minutes. So if you want to hop right back in, just like use the same link, hop in. And otherwise, I'll chat with you offline. And
I think you're going to do great here, by the way. This is like, I think, a great place for you to have like a little bit of a home doing your content. So super happy for you. And enjoy the rest of your show.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Love you.
See you, dude.
Catch you soon.
Yeah, love you too, man. See you.
All right, guys. So, boom. All right, hang on. Jesus. All right. Jay Squiggle on his way over. So you know what I'm going to do? Because, like, again, there's probably half of the kind of news points I still wanted to get to. And I still want to get to them. We'll talk to Jared. We'll do art. And then I'll come back online, I think, after the morning meetings to cover all that. It just makes sense. It's just like the whole point is stream more. So if I got all this extra news and stuff to talk about, we still got to talk about it. God damn it. So that's what I'm going to do here. In the meantime, till Jared is here, and he's going to pop in any second now, let me hit on a couple things. Like the next part, guys, it's all meme coins. The narrative of the past day is it's meme coins. It's new tokens being launched from, big names. And man, you better get used to that. You better get used to that idea that everybody's launching a coin and every brand will be launching a coin. And no, they're not all going to do it up front. They're not all doing it today, tomorrow, whatever. But slowly but surely, or maybe actually a lot faster than that, it's coming. Cats, when you stream, will you always stream in all three places? I think no. And that's the part to figure out, right? But I think if I do like a casual stream where it's like, again, researching, looking at charts like DGen, I don't know if I'll stream those on YouTube and X. Instead, I think I stream them here and I can chop it up and upload those to, again, so new to figure out. So I don't know, but I think especially the casual stuff is definitely here. The question is, does it go on the other places too? I don't think so. But again, we'll figure it out. We got time, I think. I hope. Dude, Bitcoin meme coins, Bitcoin tokens, not calling them the other name. But look, I mean, freaking struggling is an understatement, right? Like safe to say that. Speak of the devil, he's here. So tuck this away, man. Not looking great. But you guys know my thoughts on these things. I'll just show this and then we'll bring Jared up here. Dude, there's talks going on right now with Hyperliquid. And I think the writing's on the wall what's about to happen to those Bitcoin memes. I think that's happening. I think we're going to see those I'll say it because it's what people are. I think we're going to see runes over on Hyperliquid, and I think that changes the game in an instant. We needed a DEX. We needed a great T1 exchange listing, right, to get prices cooking. No, maybe we don't. I thought ME would be enough. I kind of think Hyperliquid's enough to get that ball rolling. So we'll get into more of that here shortly. Jay Squiggle. Good morning, brother. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, man. How are you?
Dude, good. Especially, look, I don't care too much about the market as in like when we're down a little, whatever. It doesn't bother me much. But extra good because yesterday I don't know, dude. Just seeing us turn around a bit did get me feeling a kind of way. So good today.
I love markets like this because I think it's an interesting data point in the sense that, I mean, I think market volatility, if you've been through enough cycles, like it's going to start, like the oscillation extremes will be less as we move out further on the timeline. But I'm surprised how some of these moves down create such like an emotional reaction on crypto Twitter. And when I see these like 5% down days and that big of an emotional reaction, to me, I think it's a positive. It sounds weird to say because I think that what it's showing is that people are emotional. I also think it shows that people are either overextended or like win moonbags type thing. So in that sense, I empathize with people who are like myself included, right? Like I was telling somebody, I've said this publicly, but like, I don't know, some people picked up. I actually took a loan out against my PFP squiggle and I deployed it into the market. I just think that like one, tapping into the liquidity in ways that we haven't before is like incredible. But B, I really feel like the market's going to run and I'm here for it, to be honest. It feels like it's, what I'm not smart enough to tell you is like if it's gonna be next week or next month, but ironically both are true.
Right.
Next week, I was like, damn.
I'm still like my mind hasn't changed. I feel like it's coming very soon, like very soon.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's if we don't see like an all-time high in Bitcoin by the end of next week.
Yes.
Maybe the following week, and new all-time high could be like 110, 111. I'm not saying like we hit 200K. But I do think that there's something, there's a unique opportunity right now. And I do feel if you are patient enough, there's a tremendous amount of upside.
All right, I got to ask you then, in your like group chats, and you've got friends, I'm assuming, who are like great at crypto, like TA guys, and you got your quant of the group. You got to have that, right? And I noticed in a couple group chats I'm in, especially the past like couple of days, even just this week, but a lot more chats from people saying, oh, no, my guy is predicting this, and he's really excited about the next week. And it's almost universal. It's like everybody is talking about this like very short-term time frame of Bitcoin cooking an all-time high. And it like there's a different sentiment out there all of a sudden. So I'll at least share that with you guys watching. That's what I'm hearing. That's the vibe I'm picking up on. And I just use my spidey senses for everything. And that's what my spidey senses are, my tingles are telling me too, is this market's about to start moving. But I don't know if you're hearing similar.
So I think that, I talked to a guy who runs like basically the crypto arm of like a ridiculously large family office last week. and like they're excited, right? Like so, and like they've got, I think directionally we're correct. Like when I hear like a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's happening next week," that's actually when I get scared. It's like, oh, the consensus, like that's when I'm like, oh, there could be like one last push for like max fear because there's all this like anticipatory reaction of like, like this is gonna go to here, and then I'm gonna like get out, and then I'm gonna do this. One of two things usually happens: it either rips past your take profit, and you're never able to get back in, or like the market draws it out one last time. But I mean, from a time analysis and a few other things, I'm super excited. I mean, dude, look at 106. Like, think about this. Literally about 24 hours yesterday, right before the Jay Powell, not Jay Squiggle, but Jay Powell came up and started talking. Like, this was flirting with 100K, and like it was. So yeah, I was talking to Aston offline about this. Like, I personally think that the I always mess up the saying, but like the market's like more stubborn than you are, like irrational or whatever that saying is. But like, I think that like because everybody's like so eager, like a 1 day, 1 week, it feels like such an extended amount of time that like there's these emotional amplitudes that come when you don't get what you want, right? Like I feel like we're almost like reverting back to being like a 3-year-old throwing a tantrum of like, oh, why no all-time high? Oh, like but like instead, like my perspective is like things should be celebrated. Like the maximum amount of like FUD, the maximum amount of selling pressure. I mean, over the weekend I was watching man, who's the analyst that I follow on Twitter who's like fucking spot on. I mean, like spot on every time. Was like, oh, there's a bunch of 100x longs at this area. I bet you they get they get liquidated with one more push down. Like it was like drew it out. It was almost like perfect. I was like, damn, right? Like, and you can start to see kind of how these markets move. I say that because the fact that we're holding 100, like it was so amazing to be at 100K, like when we hit it, and now it's kind of like, oh, it's only 100K. It's amazing to me how psychologically we flip-flop, and instead 100K has become this really amazing psychological level where you're seeing a lot of buying. So what my observation is like, as it goes down to 100K, people get all grumpy or upset or depressed or whatever it is. And you're seeing institutions buying up Bitcoin around 100K, whether it's Michael Saylor or through the BlackRock IBIT. Like it's insane to me the amount of buy pressure. And that's what's really interesting to me is like you're not seeing these like massive pushes down because the buying is stepping in to support this. And that's like if that doesn't like, so let's take a step back. If it's like next week, next month, 6 months from now, like between you and me, like I don't give a fuck. Like I know directionally where it's going. I have never seen so much bullish news around our area. You have an American president who's putting in a pro crypto like cabinet around him, right? Like you've got, I mean, hell, they're launching meme coins of themselves. Like they're not Trump, but like obviously like whatever the foundation is rotating into Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yep.
Like you start looking around the area and you're just like, man, we have an ETF that allows for it. Like the liquidity that's come in through the ETF is largely like younger people in here's the cherry on the cake, and I'll hop off my little soapbox. Literally, like the family fund guy and I were talking, and I was like, I don't think I ever want to sell like what the Bitcoin that I have. I'm like, I don't think I want to sell that because it's become a financial instrument for some of the wealthy and the institutions. I just feel grateful to have been able to collect some of it. And in particular, not all of it. Like I'm gonna trade it. Like I need a lifestyle chips and all that. But I do like when I left corporate world, I rotated some stuff into a self-directed IRA. In theory, I can't touch this stuff for another 42, 20 years. So I'm just gonna let that stuff sit, and I'm comfy, like knowing that at the very least I got the Bitcoin exposure. And if I do trade it wrong, or if I get out too early, like I've got this stopgap in the background, and I think that that's something that's like really intriguing to me. You know, and we were talking about this. I mean, this is like a big thing, like safety, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you saw the ledger guy get his fingers cut off, or whatever the horror story
Fucking
was.
crazy. Yeah.
Dude, the fires in LA, like it's public, but so I won't say who, but you can probably find the story. Like a guy was telling me about like publicly stated how like his aunt had everything on a ledger, and the seed phrase was with the ledger, and it burnt down.
no.
So it's like, yeah, right. Like there's like these like really traumatic things where it's like, oh my god, like, I mean, this is sad. Like there's so like safety and security is kind of like top of mind for me right now, and it's like, the whole point being is like when it sits in an IBIT or an FBTC, I mean, maybe some shit can happen. Maybe the government will come and like take it for their gold reserve or their Bitcoin reserve like they did the gold back in the day. But there's something comfy about knowing that it's secure. Again, not financial advice, and I'm not telling people to go buy like IBIT or FBTC, but it's like, it's kind of, it's an interesting way to diversify if you're within the crypto realm.
Yeah.
Is my sentiment.
Dude, I just want people to remember, or it's good to remind people, like, think for yourselves. Like, really, like, because to your point, like, the timeline was full of such garbage and FUD and people scared and calling the end of the cycle. And look for yourselves. Like, use your own brain and you consider where you think we're going with all the all the great news, and without those things actually having happened yet. And I think we're all pretty confident that they are going to happen. And so, yeah, your patience is always pretty damn inspiring, man. That's like one of the core things I know you for. Just very patient, very like level-headed, the way you think about this stuff. And again, it's a reminder to people to maybe consider that a little more.
And I haven't always been like, this is my third or fourth cycle. Like I've been in here since 2016, right? Like, so this is, the third cycle. And it's like, I haven't always been that way, but what I've realized is like, if you're directionally correct and more often right than wrong, there's a real path to sustainability. The problem is that like when you see everybody on your timeline being like, yo, I just made them, like, I mean, even like I hear people like, oh, I just got airdropped 6 digits this weekend because of the VV thing. And I was like, what? Like, part of you is like, why not me? But then it's like,
right.
Like I chose a different path. I'm not chasing meme coins. I'm not chasing airdrops. For me, it's like, I want to be directionally correct. And that's good enough for me.
I like it. Dude, you had a big drop this week, a phenomenal freaking drop. Let's talk about that and whatever else is happening out there in the art world. I don't know of a ton going on well, hang on. I was gonna say I don't know of a ton going on in the art world, but I don't think that's right now that I think of it. So where do you want to start? You want to start on Metamorphosis?
Yeah, let's start with Metamorphosis. The player or the Sam Sprat thing I definitely want to talk about because there's something there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Metamorphosis released. It is open. It's available on 8nap.art, my platform. Dude, this has been really awesome. It's been received by the community extremely well. I'm really happy with the way it's come out. We're about halfway through minting, which is, I think, a huge testament to the timeline or the time, releasing in these times. So if you have any interest in it, and I think that you're starting to see like the full breadth of the collection. It's available on OpenSea. You can scroll it on Article for rarity and everything. I just think it's been really fun to see it, and I'm excited by the pieces that come out. And just honestly, like what Red did is incredible. There's a really cool story. Like Blondie hopped on a Spaces Tuesday, and we were able to get her mint. Like, so she had an honorary, and so like to have it come full circle, and then Dies with the Most Likes had an honorary piece, and it was just really cool because Dies and Blondie are close, so like they had like both of their pieces up, and then to see Roger RD highlight it, you had just had it up as like part of his 24-hour art. I don't know, man. It's just
super cool,
dude. It's just been really, really awesome to see. So I'm very proud of Red, and I'm very proud of the collection. It's done extremely well, and we're just kind of now focused on getting it across the finish line.
And okay, a couple other things. I think I saw Data Velvet minted the Art Blocks like tribute piece.
Delta Sauce minted the one of, and this is a little like there's one of the squiggle references, And it's actually, some of them are a little bit more on the chin, but this one was like really, it was kind of subtle. Oh, there's another one. There's the mimetic auction, because Delta Sauce is one of our artists. That one's up for auction right now on 8NAP. Just an individual piece, but it's like it's in his issues, like this is a rare syndicate of mimetic. There's only 14 in the collection, so really curious to see where this thing goes.
Dude, you guys are freaking cooking. So Metamorphosis, I think, is gonna so it's still public sale right now, but at some point it switches over to that auction format where there's gonna be very specific pieces up, and that's like the only thing available. It's these like kind of one at a time sales.
Yeah, we'll call it individual piece auctions. So one of the visions here was to the artist dictates it, right? So how many go to auction, but it'll be 44 for red rums. So 44 pieces will go to individual piece auction, and we'll be able to, kind of gauge the market as individual pieces go up for sale.
Bro, DS tweets a lot.
Dude,
which is awesome.
So much.
He's really
so
good.
Much. Yeah. I often think to myself, I'm like, man, how do you keep up? Because like I try to put on alerts and like support everything, but right there.
Yeah, it's fucking stellar.
Dude, I really want to put this one up on white walls. Just have like big screen. Like I don't know. Like when this piece came out.
I remember you mentioning that one. That was maybe like a favorite of yours, if not the.
It's one of the favorites in the collection for sure.
Yeah. Damn.
There's just and this is like something, and we can hop to Sam's Sprat, but this is something I love about Red is like this collection is about storytelling. In this collection, he went out on a limb. Do we have the hard stop at the half hour today?
Yes. Yeah. Unfortunately, It's every day now.
No, it's all good. So the he's never done a landscape. So like this has been like really fun to watch people do it, and even a couple people minted them, and we're like pleasantly surprised by it. And there's not many of them. There's only like 40 in the collection, so less than 10%. But I minted 2 of them, which is like insane. And just for clarity, this is 100% randomized mint. There's nothing predetermined. So like even the stuff that goes to auction, it's not like we're saying these pieces go to auction. We're gonna like you randomize the mints for 456, and then the auctions randomly come up. So it's like I love the randomized mint thing. I just think it's fair, right? Like everybody has an opportunity at minting something, and it's like not predetermined like that. It just feels in the spirit of like egalitarian, and when you go up to that like virtual slot machine, like you want to like have an equal chance at everything. And so
you gotta
dude, the contract's open, so you can go check it out. Like it was one of the big things that when I was working with my dev, I was really, really adamant about. I was like, it has to be random, right? Like I want, like it doesn't seem fair to me that some of these individual piece auctions sure does max extraction, but like people are like outbidding it. And if you're somebody who's a more standard bagged collector, like I want a fair shot at the pieces that I love. And the fact that some of these auctions are just going bananas, like it's hard to compete sometimes.
I like it. I like the mechanics a lot. And then just to finish that, I love that you guys end up doing the auctions at the end of the collections. Like for Delta Sauce, it just gives it a life that I don't think you can match with any other drop mechanic. Like I see him on the timeline always because he tweets a lot, but also because there's always something to talk about with his.
That was my biggest frustration with some of these releases have always been like the parabolic rise and fall of things, right? Like I won't say which collection, but like I was really inspired by a collection because it like these things like skyrocket up and then they crash down, and it's not sustainable to me. Like to me, it's like, hey, let's keep attention. And if you've noticed, like Delta Sauce's floor has actually maintained or even gone up a little bit. And not that it's all about floor price, but it is about like, making sure that if you're going to make the financial investment, I mean, there's one collection that I know that's like people bought them on secondary at 10 ETH and it's down below half an ETH right now.
No.
But again, speculation, this and that, but at the end of the day, like, I just think it holds a little bit of resentment on that sort of like purchase. And unless you're willing to make like a huge Yeah, one person minted the Cosmo and oh no, the G Money, but that's the seed phrase one too.
That one's badass.
Dude. Yeah.
These are so great.
Huh.
Oh man, I dig it. Sam Sprat. And I'm gonna drop links by the way, guys. I'm gonna drop links to like socials, of course, for Jared and his platform, but also to the public mint there. Also, dude, I'm assuming this is your first time on Abstract Chain. We're streaming over there too. So
this is my first.
Abstract.
This is the genesis.
There you go. It's pretty awesome, dude. I like it a lot so far. Really cool.
I want to hear more about it because I've been so heads down on the Red Rum stuff that I completely I'm behind. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, I hear you.
So Sam Sprat, like for those who aren't aware, like Sam makes amazing work. So up there he kind of talks about 10 one-of-ones. These one-of-ones, and I think there'll be one released with this. I mean, I think the last one sold for like 700K. So he
hang on, dude, I didn't realize that like Monument Games is part of the Lucy 101s. I didn't know that. I just thought that was its own standalone thing, not part of. Okay, that's cool.
Well, so the Monument Games is like the big piece, right? And that's the one that sold for 700K. The player editions are the pieces that like got to. It's the improper terminology, but they got to inscribe something into the Monument Game piece as part of being part of the player edition. So I just think that there's something really intriguing what Sam is building here. Is he's terraced his collector base. Full disclosure, I do not own any of them. I want to aspire to be a Skull of Lucci. I'm putting it out there. I want to be a Skull of Lucci holder one of these days. But like the 50 skulls are like held by people who are like massive influencers within the space, whether you're Bob Lucas, an amazing trader, or Blondie Snowfro, who's a builder. Like, it doesn't do it justice just to say 3 of the 50 names. It's a pretty impressive group that Sam has been able to curate. But what was cool is like on this one, like people got to choose a part of it in of the piece and then leave a note for the future on the blockchain for everybody to notice. And some people might think like, why is this so expensive? Why is this? But the amount of detail, the amount of like attention, and from what I understand, I didn't see it in person, but like when these got they got printed and put into a light box, because Sam did a exhibit in Venice about a year ago, a little less than a year ago. Everybody said it's amazing, and I think that like it's social commentary, it's human commentary. He's able to capture like the emotions of certain like of humanity through it. Anyways, point being, these one-of-ones go to elite collectors. Like I think this one Monument game went to one-of-one, the fund by Ryan Zer. Cosmo has like 1 or 2 of them. So I mean, these are, and I think that I forget who predicted it. This one went for 700K USD. They're predicting almost, I think it was Cos in his Medici minutes predicted like a doubling of price. So you're potentially looking at a $1.5 million type price range. So I mean, this is big money, and Sam's like really established himself as a premier artist. But don't know about you guys. I don't have a spare 1.5 million just like laying underneath my mattress right now.
No,
so,
but like for us, dude, we all had a chance at the player things last cycle.
Yeah.
Like 2023. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, I think they were like 1.5 ETH, something like that. And now they're up to 9, right? Like, so this is clearly a community. It's clearly a community that people are prioritizing, and Sam is scaling. So the thing I like about this is, being an early proof member, I saw it balloon and then crash, and community like ebbed and flowed, and there was like this level of euphoria and then like resentment. Like it was never sustainable. You're either like on a high or a low. And this feels completely different. It feels like he's scaling in and allowing people to join at their discretion. And I think that the details are kind of being leaked out, but I think that there's something about the Masks of Lucci that if you have any desire, curiosity, intent to top. I mean, dude, I've already hit up a couple people who are like in the skulls and being like, yo, what do I gotta do this time?
Yep.
Right? Like, and it's, you know, I chose not to participate in the player one because I didn't want to, like, I'm not very emotional. I didn't want to have like this vulnerable thing out there. So I hope the rules of engagement are a little bit different on this one. But yeah, I'm already hitting people up being like, you know, I'd love to participate.
Yep. Yeah, dude, it's special, and fuck. Same thing. I don't think I know anybody personally that has a the player edition. I don't think I do.
You probably know somebody. I mean, there's 256 of them, and you're super well connected. So you know somebody. It just maybe you don't know because they're not like blasting it on the timeline.
Fair. The hope is kind of still there for everybody. There is, I think, if I read into it the right way, some hope that if like the players don't claim their mask, I think there are some that might hit public, and that might be our best opportunity. Again, I think I read that somewhere in his.
Hold on 1 second. Said,
Are you checking that?
No, I was texting with somebody.
Gotcha.
I think the rules aren't like 100%. But
Yeah.
apparently, I think there might be like the players. It said players, you know, participate or something along those lines. So I think that I think it's like there's gonna be like a nomination process or, you know, something along those lines. Something feels like it, like there's and this is one of the things I love about the community is like there's this organic nature to it. Like people are, it's not just like oh, you come in and you bought it. Like, I mean, Moonbirds was bought it to no get out, right? Like this is like about like, hey, your almost reputation is online because like you recommend somebody to, you know, like as an extension of you. So you have this like community that naturally like propagates in a very unique fashion because everybody's an extension of somebody and you get this unique web of things. So something I'm uniquely like very fascinated with.
Yep. Well, I just noticed here too, by the way, I do know somebody with a player, actually two. So I'm actually I'm definitely going to send some DMs here. I have to wrap here. I have that meeting coming up, and it's actually a really cool one, guys. You know the stuff I've been teasing. It's fun stuff cooking. So, dude, Jared, thank you like freaking always for coming on. Let me. I can't end without showing the socials and giving you guys your spotlight here. So
Metamorphosis, honestly, amazing art, amazing artists, very well deserved. We're about halfway minted out, so I'd like to keep the momentum. If anybody out there has any inclination for supporting Red, please hop on 8nap.art, go to the collections tab, and yeah, it's I feel like it's very affordable, 0.079. So it's not free, but it's also not inaccessible. So if you can do it, like it's some really great art in there, and Red is an amazing human being.
Yep. I even before you were on, I shared my thoughts on just art in general, but also and people know how I feel about it. It's a really magic collection. So, guys, have a great freaking day. I will see you this afternoon. In fact, I might be streaming even before the afternoon show, so be on the lookout. It might be just on Abstract, so keep your eyes out there, guys. We will see you later. And Jared, again, thank you, bro. We'll see you guys.